Good morning, fellow YouTubers. Belch's Train Vlog with another video today. In exciting news for the Hunter Valley, I just came across this report from a Newcastle Weekly website that 100 new bus services will be rolling into the Hunter communities, which is fantastic news. So, in a bit to boost public transport in the Hunter, an additional 100 bus services will hit the road later this month. Part of the government $150 million uplift program, the investment should provide more frequent, reliable and accessible options for thousands of residents. The extra services are expected to deliver further nighttime and weekend travel choices for communities within Cessnock, Kurri Kurri, Singleton, Maitland, North Rothbury, Huntlee, Branxton, Greta, Lochinvar and Windella. As well as the improved timetable will strengthen conditions with other public transport services across Greater Newcastle, making journeys smoother and reducing reliance on private vehicles. This is a huge win. This is a huge win for locals, especially in growing areas like Cessnock, North Rothbury, heading Greta. This is Cessnock MP Clayton Barr said. The walking corpse has come out to talk. Usually he's a very silent man. You don't ever hear from him. I think this is coming because there's an election next year, and Labor are very worried because the Hunter is known to be a Labor safe seat, and a lot of people in the Hunter, including myself, haven't been really impressed with what Labor's been doing. I think they've pushed this through to, I think, try and get some votes for next year. But the biggest thing people want in the Cessnock LGA is the train to Cessnock. And with the growing LGA, I think the train would be more beneficial. But this will definitely help people out. You'd need something like this while construction on the rail line was ongoing, if it does happen. It'd be nice to see it happen, hopefully in my lifetime, because it will bring a lot of tourism. Like this, these buses will actually help with tourism, especially with events in Cessnock, Kurri, Colburn, and so on, and up the Hunter towards Singleton and Muswellbrook, and yeah. And he also, and this is what he said, I know how important public transport services are for the community. This will make it easy for people to get where they need to go. Additional services, particularly in the evenings and on weekends, mean better connectivity, more convenience and robust links to jobs, education and shopping across the region. So from Sunday the 28th of June, the Route 164 service between Cessnock and Maitland via Kurri Kurri is set to welcome an extra 32 trips per week, each week. That is probably the busiest service in the Cessnock LGA. And I have seen it quite full with standing room only, and people don't believe me and say only 5 people catch the bus. I can tell you that's complete bullshit. I've been on it multiple times where I've never seen it empty. It's quite reasonably full. And certain days I've seen it full with standing room only. So this will benefit a lot of people, especially in the late evenings, because the last bus on the weekday at the moment is 8:15. Leaves Maitland at 8:15 p.m. on Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday it's still an hourly timetable up to 7:15 with the last bus leaving Maitland. But on a Sunday and public holiday, it runs every 2 hours, with the first bus leaving Cessnock at 8 o'clock, and with the last bus from Maitland leaving 7:15 every 2 hours. And this is what will change is services will run hourly 7 days a week, improving access for rapidly growing suburbs of Gillison Heights, Cliffley, and Greta. And then from Sunday the 19th of July, Route 179 between North Rothbury and Greenhills Shopping Centre via Maitland is slated to benefit from an additional 70 journeys each week. For the first time, the route will operate on Sundays and public holidays, providing greater flexibility, accessibility for residents across the burgeoning Huntlee and North Rothbury. I'd like to see the 180 also extended too, because, that's the route too that goes to Singleton. I think that could be beneficial, especially running the 180, at least run it 7 days a week, not just, because you've got two routes. You've got the 180X, which is an express route, which is limited stops, but you also got the standard 180, which does all the stops from Singleton to Greenhills. And also, I think that should run 7 days a week, because the 180X runs 7 days a week, but only runs a couple times a day. In regional communities across the Hunter, distance between where people live, work, and access services can be significant. Minister for Regional Transport Jenny Atchison said. A long time I've heard from her, because I always contact her and get nothing from her. She's like talking to a brick wall. But this tells me an election's coming and they're getting worried. I think they're scared, because obviously One Nation is growing support, whether you support them or like them or not. I think people are not happy with the current regime and want change, and I think they're going to try and shift all this through before the next election, because I think they're worried. That's the only reason why I think it's done. It's great. I'm happy that it's finally getting done. This is what the LGA needed for a long time. But I actually feel this is done because there's an election next year, and I think they're trying to pump this through because they know. I think they're starting to realise maybe Hunter isn't as safe as a safe seat as they think it is, like they usually think it is, because all the people always voted Labor, and I think people are getting sick and tired of Labor and how they treat their people. They think they've lost their way. They're not the Labor of old, which were there for the middle class average Australian. They're not anymore. They're for their own agenda, and people have had enough. So I think this is why this was pushed through to buy votes, but anything is better than nothing, so I'm happy about that. So rolling out 100 extra routes recognises this reality as well as incredible growth we're seeing throughout the region. Importantly, it makes everyday life a little bit easier for the residents. For summary of changes, effect on the 28th of June. So I think I've got that website here, but I'll just copy the link. I've got a new tab, paste and go. So this is just the 164 route. So that's going to get 32 extra services, new timetable, and I've had a look in Trip View. It hasn't popped up there yet. I've also had a look on the Rover. I'll tell you this well, Rover. Sorry, Coaches Cessnock, and I haven't seen any updates on there either. I'm curious to see how late in the night it runs into. Sorry. So obviously we got the notification about the 165, 168 service diversions due to work on Wollongbar Road. We want this one. So, right. So this is Monday the Friday. This is from Maitland to Cessnock. So the first one's 6:15, and it goes all the way to the last one at 8. So they haven't updated this yet. This is from October 2024. Sorry, my cat wants to be on YouTube famous now. Then on Saturday... No, I'm filming a video, girl. Sorry, guys. Come on. Sorry about that. That's just Leia. She wants to be on TV. And the last one is 7 on a Saturday. Sunday and Public Hoildays, 164 runs every 2 hours. So this is from the Maitland Way, so it'd be 8 o'clock Cessnock Way. But yeah, every 2 hours, and the last one's about 7. So they haven't updated this yet, so hopefully during the next week we're going to get updates and stuff like that. But I'll also put this link in the description so you guys can have a read of the article. This is from Newcastle Weekly news website. So, and it's also, this is not just a made up article, because it's also confirmed on Transport website, which was announced on the 6th of the Tuesday. You use Trip Planner to plan your journey, but I'll have a look into it off this video to see what the services look like, but I don't know. But I'm hoping it's going to be late into the evening, especially at Friday, Saturday night, because people go out to the Newcastle down to the clubs and stuff, because this would be handy for a late night. My original idea for the 164 route was also to introduce another variant of the 164 called the 164X, which was an express route, so stops at certain stations and terminates at Maitland Station. And you run that through the weekday, but also on Friday, Saturday night, you run it to about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Because, people go out to the Newcastle, down to the clubs and pubs in Newcastle, and this gives them a safe way to get home, less accidents on the road, and just that safer option. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video for now. Thank you guys for watching, and this is fantastic news for the Cessnock and the Hunter region in general. And Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.